Hi, it's Vex, and it's hammer time. That's right. It's time to talk about hammer time. And what used to be a meme deck in modern is actually, I believe, a tier 1 deck in modern, which is crazy. And all revolves around this one card right here, Colossus Hammer. Colossus Hammer does is, it's a 1 cost. Imagine that. Let's just read it. Plus 10, plus 10. Equipped creature gets plus 10% and loses flying. Loses flying part is actually important. And the reason why it's 1 cost is it has equip 8. And of course, we're never playing equip 8 in modern. We'll be dead before we drop 8 lands. So this deck is really, really cool because what you want to do is essentially pay the 1 mana, get 1 of these or 2 of these or all 4 of these on the battlefield, and 1-shot our opponent. Bam, 20 damage, or 2-shot our opponents, 10-10. So let's see how we do it. We have the rest of the deck here in our ultimate guard, Sidewinder. Let's pull out the deck and see what it is. I know, this is so cool. Like I think Saffron Olive had it as a meme deck. He did pretty well. He had it as a Boros deck, but the community has decided that no Boros. It's got his mono white in the main deck and a splash black, so it's a little Orzhov deck in the sideboard. So let's go through how this deck wins here. So it is a Loris deck, a Loris companion deck, right there, because everything costs very cheap. Okay, so we want to be able to, this is the most important card. We only have 4 of them in our deck. We want to be able to find the card, right? And the way we find it is our friend Stoneforge Mystic. 4. I know I only have 3 of these foil, but I have this cool promo Stoneforge Mystic right here. And when ETBs, that you search your deck for any equipment and put in your hand. So, and then pay 1 or white, tap it, put equipment from your hand onto the battlefield. It lets you cheat equipment costs, but paying 2 mana or paying 1 mana, I'd rather pay 1 here. And then the other way to tutor is this card, which I do not have in foil. Steel Shaper's Gift. Pay 1 white to your library for an equipment card. So essentially, we just really want to tutor this card here. So we have 8 ways to tutor the card, and we can also obviously draw it naturally too. This has not been reprinted. It's printed in 5th Dawn, and I've just been waiting for the reprint so I can get a foil cheap. Hopefully one day they'll reprint. They did reprint Open the Armory, which is a 2-mana version of this, but I'm holding on to that reprint. Anyway, so 8 ways to grab our hammer here, and then we need to cheat the hammer because we're never paying 8 to equip it unless we're really desperate. Okay, so the way we cheat it is the classical Sigarda's Aid right here. And the cool part about it, it's got other texts. You may cast aura and equipment spells as those they have flash. So you can cast this at flash speed. And then whenever equipment enters a battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you control. Bam. So essentially you have a creature, let's say Stoneforge. You would play Colossus Hammer, Sigarda's Aid would trigger, and bam, you would attach it. All right. So the next way to equip for free, right here, is Pure Steel Paladin. Let's read that. It's double white. When an equipment enters a battlefield under your control, you may draw a card, which is cool. So Colossus Hammer, ETB, draw a card. The important part is Metalcraft. Equipment you control have equip 0 as long as you control 3 more artifacts. So it lets you equip Colossus Hammer as long as you have more artifacts. We do have a bunch of artifacts in our deck. So let's just move these here aside. So we have tutors, we have equipment, cheaters, and now we have some creatures to equip to, right? And the creatures we want to equip to are here. Ornithopters. And see these nice, gorgeous Ornithopters. Cost 0. It's a 0/2 flying. I had these in my Legacy Ninjas deck, if you want to watch that one. So, got the Ornithopters. Again, if you equip Colossus Hammer to Ornithopter, it does lose flying. Remember? It loses flying, so it sucks because you want that evasion, but you do want a cheap creature on turn 1, I mean. And then you have your Memnites. Only 3 Memnites. Cost 0 again. So you can equip those. You can also equip Stoneforge Mystic right here. Let's put this nice double masters full art Stoneforge Mystic on top. You can also equip Stoneforge. You know, Stoneforge is a creature. The creature we really want to equip is actually a land. Inkmoth Nexus right here. The reason why is because, you know, you pay 1, it becomes a 1/1 Blinkmoth artifact creature token with flying and infect. Infect's the most important thing. So you literally can one-shot kill with 1 hammer, 1 attack. You just equip, you know, you activate Inkmoth, you equip Colossus Hammer, you attack, deal 11 poison. You know, that'll probably kill them. They can block. Remember, the trick with Inkmoth is you activate it against flying and infect. You equip Colossus Hammer, it loses flying. And what you would do again is reactivate ink. I can't say it. Inkmoth. With another mana, and it'll regain flying. So you still have that evasion right there. So you have your more creatures here. All right, so let's just look at the rest of the deck here. It's not. We have protection, Giver of Runes, right here. 1 white. You know, another target creature gains protection from colorless or a color of your choice until end of turn. So we protect our creature. When we equip Colossus Hammer, they throw a removal spell. We try to protect them with Giver of Ruins, or use Giver of Ruins as a removal spell magnet. It, in worst case scenarios, it can also equip the Colossus Hammer. So let's just put this here, right there. Giver of Ruins. We have some artifacts. We are playing a Lurrus deck. Remember that. We have Mishra's Baubles. If you need the bauble on the battlefield to activate our Pure Steel Paladin, keep it on the battlefield. Don't always crack it right away. I know it's tempting to draw a card, but you might need it to do Metalcraft to get the free equip. We have another equipment, Shadow Sphere. So this is our 5th equipment of the deck. Gives you trample and lifelink, so this is very important. Trample is important. If they have lots of blockers, lots of tokens, and you get through them, you get this and get some trample on. This does kind of matters a little bit if they have perms your opponent's control, lose Hexproof and Indestructible until end of turn. That might matter, so you do have a 5th equipment to try to punch through, because Colossus Hammer does not have trample. And then you have Springleaf Drum to turn your... Because we are a fast deck, and we also need... we have 0 drops, so you can use Springleaf Drum, generate mana, and also help with Metalcraft right there. Alright, so that is the deck. It's a really fun deck. 60 card main, 1 companion, 5 equipment, a bunch of artifacts. The Inkmoth can also, when you turn like Inkmoth, it also becomes an artifact for a Pure Steel count. Okay. Yep. So the goal is basically... Oh, this deck does have a turn. Oh, I totally forgot about the mana base here. Let's go through the mana base real quick here. It's basically a base white deck. We're playing 6 planes here. I put snow-covered planes because that's what I have in foil, because it looks really nice in foil. Here, 6 planes. We are playing 6 white fetch lands. It doesn't matter which ones, but again, I have the Expedition style fetch lands. Might as well add those in because they look gorgeous. And we are playing a black deck, so I might as well just put Marsh Flats because it just thematically fits. 6 fetch lands. 1 Godless Shrine here for our block splash in the sideboard. There's nothing in the main board. So when you fetch in game 1, always fetch planes. And then we have Silent Clearing as our horizon land for black. And a white, and also card draw if necessary. Alright, so let's go in the main. Let's go through how this deck can win on turn 2, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, Modern's a turn 4 format, but not anymore. It's like essentially a turn 3 format. So you would play planes, right? Then you would put out your creature, let's say Ornithopter for free, correct? You would tap your planes here. You would play your Sigarda's Aid. Let's get the foily one, of course. All right, and then next turn you go here. You untap, you, I don't know, it's just for fun. Shocking a Godless Shrine. Alright, you would tap these 2. You would, you would attack with Ornithopter first. So this is another trick here. You attack with Ornithopter because you have Sigarda's Aid, which lets you cast your hammer at flash speed. Attack with Ornithopter, if they have a ground creature they can't block, so you use the flying to your advantage. And then after blockers are declared, but before damage, what you would do is flash in both your Colossus Hammers here. Boom, boom. It would lose flying, but it's unblocked because they couldn't block it because they had flying before. Flashing in Colossus Hammers, both of them, right? Because it costs 1 each. Boom, boom, and then deal 20 damage. Your opponent's dead. Turn 2 kill. All right, that doesn't happen very often, but it is a possibility. It only requires 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll have like at least 8 if you're on the play, or 9 if you're on the draw cards. So it's not that crazy to get, because you do have a lot of 4-ofs. Obviously, you have 4 of Cigar's Aid, 4 Ornithopters, 4 Colossus Hammers. Well, 7 0-drops. The important part is the Colossus Hammers. 2 Colossus Hammers have to be in your hand somehow. You always do a turn 3 kill if they're not in your hand. Anyways, let's I'm gonna shuffle this deck up a little bit. Oh, I totally forgot that sideboard. Man, I'm forgetting everything, aren't I? Sideboard is a bunch of black cards, of course. You have your discard spells here. Thoughtseize, Collective Brutality, right here. This is insane against Burn, by the way. If you're playing against Burn opponent, it's insane because it can kill a Goblin Guide, gain you life, and make him discard a Burn spell. So you got Thoughtseize right there. You got some annoying Planeswalkers going on, or things with activated abilities. You got Pithing Needle. This deck does not have main deck removal, so there might be some shenanigans. So you got Fatal Push for those shenanigans here. Those are your removal spells here. And then we have Auroch Champion, which is good against the Death Shadow deck and such like that. Pro Black, Pro Red. When another creature ETPs on your side or their side, gain life. So it helps you race. It's really good against Burn as well. So you have those cards here. All right, I'm not shuffling into my main deck. All right, so let's just shuffle this up. Keep Lurrus as our companion. Remember to announce Lurrus at the beginning of the game. Hey, Lurrus companion. All right, so we're going to shuffle this up, and then we'll be right back. All right, we are back. So let's see, it's turn 1 here. Bam. Okay, see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's say we're on the draw. I love goldfishing sometimes. Sometimes when you're at home and you don't have an opponent to play because you're in lockdown pandemic mode, you just goldfish. All right, so we got 1 Colossus Hammer, Cigar's Aid, Stoneforge Mystic, and Springleaf Drum. Okay, well, we got a lot of 1-mana plays. You want to save this and this. It depends on what kind of opponent. If our opponent's removal heavy, I play it turn 1, so I just get out that bolt right away or whatever. If they're not removal heavy, I would play Springleaf Drum turn 1, Stoneforge Mystic turn 2, get another hammer, and actually no, I would play Giver of Ruins because I don't know. I think the reason is I just don't know my opponent. I'm just playing, so I would always play this, right? Unless I played online, I know what my opponent's playing because I went to Goldfish or something. But yeah, an unknown opponent, I play Giver of Runes first. So say we're on the draw, on the play, I would play this, Giver of Runes, boom, next turn. So if they don't kill it, now I have protection for whatever creature is attacking with the hammer, which is probably Stoneforge. Oh, there's another Stoneforge. So we need some more lands. We can do a turn 3 kill. We got more lands because we play Cigar's Aid and our double hammer, but we don't have more lands. We have Springleaf Drum, which is kind of like a land, but not really. So I'll play a Stoneforge here. We could play Cigar's Aid and equip Giver of Ruins with the hammer, but I think we could do that. All right, play these 2. Yeah, let's just think about our turn here. Depends on what they play, but you could play these 2, equip it, and then threaten lethal. Yeah, what I'll do is so let's put them on the back foot, right? Play Cigar's Aid right here. Play hammer, equip it, and then attack. Because if they play a tapped Shockland or something, they can't do anything. Unless they're playing blue, they play Force of Negation and such like that. But we'll take the risk, right? Because if they force this, then we just don't play the hammer. But they're not playing blue. We just do this, and smack in for 10. Alright, so next turn, get this hammer going on here. Turn 3, draw a card. Ornithopter, well, we should have had that earlier. Okay, so we'll just do this. Play Ornithopter, play our Springleaf Drum right here because we just tap Ornithopter right away from mana, so it's kind of like free. And then do our Stoneforge Mystic here. And if they don't present a blocker, we got our Colossus Hammer. If they don't present a blocker, you know, we could just kill them, right? But let's say they had a blocker, we just attack. They just, you know, sack their blocker. Even Death Shadow, wherever it would be at, I don't think could handle a 11 power creature unless they're at 2 life, you know. So we'll do that. Get blocker. Turn 4. We're gonna tap our stuff here. We do have a 3rd mana if we need it. We do have Ornithopter if we can equip it at instant speed with that flying trick I said earlier. Let's draw a card. Mishra's Bauble. It doesn't really do anything for us at all. We could Stoneforge for another hammer, maybe later. So what we could do is essentially attack, and then attack. So now they have to have 3 blockers because whoever they have to block this obviously because they'll die. And then whoever they don't block, what we could do is just instant speed, equip the hammer to the person that they don't block. Let's say they block Ornithopter, then we'll just equip Stoneforge and they die. So turn 4 kill here. It does have a turn 2 kill. This deck is super fun. Again, it puts these control decks or, you know, modern decks to the test. Like, can you block my creature? Can you know, take 20 damage and survive? Can you know, deal with my hammer? Which is cool. You know, sometimes you gotta put things to the test. Anyways, that is hammer time. And you know what? I really like this deck. It's so much fun. I love being proactive, but I love just like when meme decks just come together, right? Like, it was such, like in the beginning it was like a meme, but in the end it was just like, it actually became a legit fighter. And I can't wait to play this against people, you know, when the pandemic is over, and just smack them with my Big Daddy hammers right there. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I have the deck list in the description below. I also have my TCG Player affiliate link if you want to help support the channel that way. And as always, have a wonderful day.